Everyone, welcome to week 3. This week we move into the book again and we start talking about health behaviors and how that affects overall health and wellness. This week we have quite a bit that we'll be doing. The big thing to remember is we're looking at the behavior change project and we're going to be looking at the contract this week. So you do need to get a perfect score on step 1 in order to move forward. Once you've completed step 1, the SMART Goals case study will open. You'll be required to do that before you can get to step 2. Now, step 2, I am seeing quite a few submissions where they are not SMART Goals. So this needs to be really targeted. They're very specific goals. All of the elements of the SMART goal has to be addressed. So specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. So for this, you do not need to get a perfect score in step 2, but I am providing feedback, and so I highly recommend that you go back and review the feedback. Once you do that, you'll be able to go to the contract. You're going to take all of the information from step 1 and step 2 and include it into the contract. So you'll go in here. Okay, so all of these boxes you will need to fill out. So this is your overall goal. So at the end of the 4th week, what is it that you're trying to accomplish? So whether it's gain muscle, lose weight, sleep better, lower stress, any of these things. Why is it important to you? And then what is your main goal that you want to accomplish for the project? So by the end of week 4, I would like to blank. And then at the end of week 1, week 2, and week 3. So we'll go through and complete all of these things, the barriers, triggers, and counters that you've identified for step 2. What your extrinsic reward is. So what is it that you're going to utilize, whether it's a positive or a negative, to keep you going and motivated. Intrinsic rewards are great, but usually people do need to have some sort of external factor as well. Who are the individuals that you can depend on for help? So, whether it's a spouse, a family member, friend, someone who's going through this class with you, and how they'll help you accomplish the behavior change project. Then you're going to enter the text, sign your name, and then you'll date it, and then save and submit. So all of these factors do need to, be completed. It's going to show as a 0 automatically, because then I'll go in and give it points at the end. So if you are struggling with understanding what SMART goals are, you could complete the case study again, or there's a video here that, may provide some additional insight creating SMART goals. So these are due this week. We're also going to begin you have weeks 3 and 4 to complete this ethics module. So it's going to go over more in depth different types of ethical viewpoints. And so you're going to want to go through this information over the next 2 weeks and really start to identify and understand what each viewpoint, what their priorities are and what their focus is. So you'll have 2 weeks, like I said, to complete this. We really start to get into it in week 4. So you'll have 2 weeks, but really I would say it's better to start earlier than later because we will be using some of that information next week. So those are the 2 outside projects that you'll be completing in addition to the weekly reading in the chapter. So I would like you guys to watch these TED Talks. They're not that long, but it's going to give some additional information as to healthy behaviors and what that can look like. So you'll be required to complete the reading, take the quiz as usual, and then we have a lab, and then the final part 3 of the sleep series. So this is the last part, and we began that in week 1. So the diet analysis lab is a little bit more in depth this week. It is a 3-day assignment, so you will want to complete it, I would say, probably early. You will need to keep track of your food intake for 3 days. Okay, so it's not really looking at calories. We're looking more about the types of food and whether it counts as a grain, a vegetable, fruit, dairy, protein, and really what we're looking at for the past 3 days. So I would suggest doing it maybe a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, or if you begin this, because this class this week will open on Sunday, so you could do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I do recommend including a weekend day, just because it gives a more accurate picture as to what somebody might be intaking during the week as a whole. So you will need to go through, so what method you'll be using. So this log included in the digital lab or another logging tool, I just recommend using this one. So you'll go through, maybe I eat an apple, and so I'll put an apple, it's about a third of a cup of fruit, so it would be 0.33 there, okay? And then at the end, at the end of 3 days, it'll give you your averages. So average over 3 days. So that's really what we're looking at for that 3-day dietary log. Then you're going to go through and identify, go to this website. Okay, this is going to tell you really, what food groups you should be intaking based on caloric, sorry, my brain is not working right now. The calories that your goal calories. So, most people are somewhere between 1,600 and 2,400, depending on, how active their lifestyle is, what they do, and how much they weigh. So that's all going to depend. So you can also use the nutrition resources section in your book. So you're going to take the recommended daily amounts, and then you're going to include your actual average daily amounts, complete all of these, go through, and then this is obviously going to be a reflection, and then you need to do your areas of concern, goals, and strategies for change. The big thing to remember too is once you've completed all of this, you still have another question, so you'll want to go to the next question. Since there are 3 total, and there's 2, 1 and 2 on this page. So that will be your lab for the week. So 3, okay. As always, everything is in here. Watch the TED Talks, complete the health behaviors chapters in the Smart Book, quiz, complete the lab, complete the behavior change project contract. So we will begin our behavior change in week 4. So that is next week. So this needs to be completed. So it will be week 4, 5, 6, and 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So you'll need to complete this. And I'll be reviewing them as they come in to provide feedback and if things need to be changed. If you have any questions, please let me know. Email me. I'm happy to meet with anybody or, schedule a time to review this more in depth. But have a really great week, and I'm looking forward to really seeing the progress that you've made with the behavior change project. This is one of my favorite assignments just because it's more tangible and something that you can actually complete and do physically. Okay, have a great week.